All right, so what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It has been a hot minute since I posted a video, but there's a lot of reasons why, but mainly because so I'm pregnant now, woohoo! But if you follow me on Instagram, you know that. I'll have my Instagram here and link down below. But I was trying to have a baby, and I really just never felt motivated to post a video, happy to post a video, because I was just like so worried about that, and that kind of took over everything with my life. Plus I work full-time, if you don't know, and I commute at least 3 hours a day, basically, sometimes more. So really not a lot of time to film and post videos, and my camera hasn't been uploading the videos to my computer so that I can edit them and upload them, and editing them was like ridiculous because my video editor wasn't working and it was really slow, so I could never actually edit a video. So it was just a mess, and I don't even know if I'll be able to edit and upload this, but I'm hoping it's fine, and I'm gonna try. And Christmas is coming, so I'm gonna try maybe to get like a laptop or something new that I can actually film and upload videos. I hope so, because I really miss this and I want to get back into it. And I really like doing YouTube. I like doing Instagram. You can always follow me there. It's easier to be active on there, obviously, so I do that. And yeah, so today's video, I wanted to do my symptoms of my first trimester. And so I am 17 weeks now, so I'm a little farther along, but I kept a log of everything, all of my symptoms and things like that. So I'm gonna go over everything in my first trimester, just so, you know, anyone out there who is pregnant in their first trimester or just wants to know like what to expect, or is just curious, you can watch this video and get some input. I'm not a doctor, so no medical advice or anything like that. I just wanted to share kind of what my experience was. I'm also sorry if the lighting is terrible because it is about nighttime, but I wanted to make sure that I tried to film something and try to get this started again. So like I said, I'm gonna be talking about the first trimester. So I got pregnant, or I found out I was pregnant like early August, so that's what we're going back to. But everything is going to be different for everyone, because a lot of the symptoms that they say like, oh, everyone has, or it's very common, I didn't have a lot of those symptoms. So I didn't have a lot of symptoms at all. So I'm going to go through what I did experience. And if you're pregnant, if you've been pregnant, I want to hear what your experiences are. So please put them in the comments, because I'm just curious what happens to everyone because it's so different. I didn't realize that it was literally this different. Like, people will tell me what they experience and it's just vastly different for me, which I'm very lucky, I guess, with some of the things I didn't have to experience, but I'm only like almost halfway, so I'm sure that things will change. But I loved watching these videos when I got started, when I first started trying to have a baby, first of all. And then when I first got pregnant, I'm still always watching YouTube videos on the way to work. I'll have them, like I'll listen to them basically. But I watch them all the time because I love watching moms just talk about their experience or pregnancy and things like that. So I'll get started. So as far as how I track all of this, I have my phone. So as far as how I track my symptoms, I use the app Ovia because I used that app to track my fertility. I had the Ovia fertility app, and then once I got pregnant, I got the Ovia Pregnancy App. So I will link that. I don't know if I can link that, but if I can, I'll put the website in the description box. So if you want to use that, you can. And then I do have the What to Expect app, the What to Expect When You're Expecting app. And I use that mainly because I like to get as much information as I can. But as far as tracking symptoms, I think the Ovia Pregnancy app is much more user-friendly. I really like the, interface, I think is what it's called, for adding things. And because I used the Ovia Fertility app, it was very much like the same exact thing, just now pregnancy related. But I also have the other one because I think they also give very good information. And I like to look at the community forums. I Google everything because I'm crazy. This is my first pregnancy. So I'm Googling everything, and the forum is really nice to just see people's experiences, and it's just very nice to have the option. I also didn't do my hair, so I hope that's okay. Anyway, so Ovia Pregnancy app is what I had, and yeah. All right. And if you're curious about like my story, how I found out I was pregnant, all of that, let me know. I can do a video. it happened in a way that I couldn't do some fancy way of telling my husband because he was literally there when I found out. And it's not a crazy funny story or anything, but it's just funny how everything happened. And he was just literally right there. And I was like, you see this? But anyway, so if you want to know more details or any other videos that you recommend or you want me to do, let me know and I'd be happy to do them. I think this is so fun and I'm just so excited to, one, get back into doing these, and two, to be able to be doing videos about pregnancy. This has been like my dream for years and years and years. I've always wanted to be a mom, and I'm finally just excited to be able to do these videos because I've been watching them for so long, and now I finally get to do them myself, and I think that's amazing. So if you are still trying to have a baby right now, I'm praying for you 100%, and I just hope your baby's coming. I know your baby's coming. And once I like really just believed that it was my baby was coming, that's when it happened. Like, I'm not telling anyone to let go. I think that's impossible. I'm not like saying, once I let go, I got pregnant. That's not what happened. But once I like really truly was like, my baby is coming. I have faith in the universe. I have faith in God that this is going to happen. And it's just crazy how that happens. So please let me know if you want to know more about that, like my story, my background, all that. Anyway, so let's get into the symptoms. I'm sorry, this was a very long introduction, but all right. So first thing, nausea is the big one that everyone kind of expects to happen, right? And so I never got sick once during, I'm like jinxing myself now for the rest of pregnancy, but I never got sick. I never threw up, but I just felt like, the best way to describe it is to say if you feel hungover, because I never felt nauseous like I was about to throw up. I feel like in the movies, TV shows, you see these people and like they like can't even make it to the bathroom. They just like throw up everywhere. And I'm like, oh, that's gotta be how it is. And I was really nervous like for work, for that to happen in front of people, but that didn't happen at all. And it wasn't even close. I just felt hungover. Like I felt like queasy a lot of the time, but never to the point where I was going to actually get sick. And hungover is just the best way to describe it. You just don't feel good. You don't feel like yourself, except it lasts all day, pretty much every day. And for me, it was worse in the morning and at night. During like the middle of the day for a couple hours, my energy was good. I was perfectly fine. But first thing in the morning and then at night when I would get home from work, I just did not feel good. So of course I like didn't feel like cooking dinner. We had a lot of takeout during that time. And in the morning at work, I just like did not feel like myself. I didn't feel good, but it was never like debilitating and I was never getting sick, but I know a lot of people do. So that's just what happened for me. And yeah. So the second thing, fatigue is another big one, but again, I've heard a lot of people say that they were like, they couldn't even get through the day without a nap, debilitated kind of thing. I did feel tired like in the morning and the evening, but I think I was just exhausted from everything, like from work, because I'm always exhausted from work and commuting, but I think it was just amped up a little bit. So at night I would just like, if I laid on the couch or sat on the couch, I was just out immediately. Like there was no doing anything around the house. So my husband was really helpful, like doing dishes and things like that. So yeah, fatigue, but again, not extreme for me, at least in the first trimester. And then, so this is one that is fun to talk about, constipation. So I knew that this was a symptom, like just from reading things, but it is real, guys. Like I've never had problems, always been pretty regular. I'm a very healthy person. And you're like pooping rocks basically, guys. So it's like pebbles, like you're just not yourself anymore. And I don't know, I forget what the cause of it is, probably just something with hormones, but it's a real thing. So I don't do anything to take care of that. It doesn't bother me. But I know some people, it probably does bother them a lot, but it's just something that I kind of deal with and laugh at. But yeah, so that's a symptom. For everyone out there who knows me, that's just great that you could see this and know about that. So another thing that is also fun to talk about, things downstairs like wetness, discharge, great word that we all love to say out loud, that is also going to increase, and like a lot, like you just feel like you peed your pants a lot of the time. And I also saw that was going to be a symptom, and I didn't really realize how much it would happen. But again, not a big deal. If you really just want to wear panty liners, that's fine, but it really doesn't bother me that much again. But expect that. Maybe not for everyone, obviously, but it's a possibility. And then, so acne is the big one for me. Nothing really happened during my first trimester that was huge. Like I said, nausea. I had a little bit of some symptoms, but acne sucked. My face was awful. But I've also had acne. I've also had problems with acne just growing up in general. So I don't know if that's also part of it, but I did have a lot of skin problems, just acne, like zits, and you know, just overall acne like right along here, but also my forehead, which is so weird for me because right before I got pregnant, my skin was like doing great, and then it just like got shot to hell. So, but I do have some. Today I tried to put on a little bit of makeup because I didn't know how it was gonna look on camera, but I still do have right along my, like where the mask is. When you wear a mask, I wear a mask all the time at work, and so that's also probably part of it because that's not very good for your skin. But probably a mix of that and the hormones from being pregnant. So acne is definitely something that I struggle with, and you can't really use a lot of products. So yeah, there's a lot of videos out there about products you can use while pregnant. So that's what I've been looking at. And the products I've been using now are doing decent. Like I'm using It Cosmetics, some of those things. And if you want me to do a video on my skincare routine, let me know because it is getting better. I'm also in the second trimester, but it is getting better regardless. So if you want to know what I've been using, let me know and I'll do that. All right. And then also anxiety just being the biggest thing. That's probably the biggest thing in the first trimester for me, just because I did experience a miscarriage before. So it's even worse for me, I think, but I think everyone probably goes through this in the first trimester because like people tell you, don't tell anyone until your second trimester because something might happen. And then that's automatically in your mind the whole time because you're worried about it, and that doesn't help at all. So I hate that that's like a rule and a suggestion, whatever. But also just like, you don't get to go to an appointment right away. Like I did get to go to a lot of appointments early on because I went through that before. So that was nice that I, you know, was actually taken care of. But I know for a lot of people, you don't get to go into an appointment until like 10 weeks maybe. And that's just crazy to me because you're just sitting there hoping that everything is okay. And you know, you can't hear the heartbeat on your own with a Doppler, so you're just like sitting there praying that everything is going well. So anxiety was huge for me. Like I just had to keep busy. Thank God I work because that really kept me busy, but it was really, really hard to just sit there and trust that my baby was okay. And once we saw it in person and, you know, heard the heartbeat, I like lost it because once you hear the heartbeat, they say that there's, you know, a lot less of a chance of anything bad happening. And it was just the best thing ever. So that's really hard. But talking to people, you know, watching videos, you know, doing things that you love, exercise. Well, I didn't really exercise in the first trimester because I didn't feel well. But doing things that you love to try to keep busy, that's all I can really say. I can also do a whole video on that because there's a lot of things I tried to do to help myself get through it because it was like next to impossible. But anxiety was a big one for me. But if you experience that, just know you're not alone. It's okay to be terrified that whole trimester because it is very scary and people don't help because first of all, if you don't tell anyone, no one's there to really help you and talk you through it. And second, the people that might know tell you, don't say anything until you're 12 weeks. So that's just a really hard one. And it's something that doesn't sit very well with me. And then, so food aversions was another one for me. I did not want to cook meat at all. It just made me so sick and nauseous. But I did have a lot of cravings, not so much like food that I didn't want to eat, but I did crave a lot of different things, and I'm still that way now. Like there was a morning where it was like 10 o'clock and all I wanted was tomato soup from Panera, and I ordered it and I got it. But it's just little things like that I'm not like I have to have this, but I do like crave it, and then I'll just get it. And if I don't get it, I'm okay. Like it's just something that I think I'm like that regardless, not even just pregnancy, but food cravings is really a thing. And then just like being nauseated by meat, like the smell of uncooked meat was definitely, I did not like that. And then bloating was another one. I think I did feel, because I thought I had like a bump, and really you're just bloated. It's because now I do have a little bump, and now I know what a bump really looks like. So I was definitely bloated throughout the first trimester, and you know, you get gassy, and the constipation probably is part of that, but that was definitely something that I also experienced. So those are really, I don't want to make this too long, I'm sorry, but those are my first trimester symptoms. I'm going to do this again for the second trimester, and if you want to see that, I will have that link down below. I'm going to film that right after, so I should have that up very soon as well. But I just wanted to, again, you know, share that so that other people who are also experiencing this can kind of see, you know, what other people are, what's happening to other people. Is this normal? Everything that I said is normal during pregnancy, but there's always that, you know, if something's going on that you don't feel right about, or, you know, things that your doctor tells you to call about, you know, call your doctor if you're worried about something, basically. I'm not a doctor, no medical history whatsoever of education. So yeah, but I hope that this helped someone or just got you excited about your pregnancy or anything like that. So let me know in the comments if you're pregnant or if you're just, you know, excited to be on this journey with me, because I'm very excited, and I really appreciate anyone that stops in to watch this video because I want to be back. I want to come back and do more videos. Hopefully I'm moving closer to work soon, so that'll give me more time to film videos, and hopefully I can figure out my computer situation and actually get these videos up. So thank you so much for watching. Remember to follow me on Instagram. I'll put that down below, and I will see you in my next video.